All right, we're now going to roll into our post-race press conference with our race winner, William Byron. William, congratulations. Thanks for spending some time with us. From your perspective, if you don't mind, before we go to questions, can you just share with us what it was like from your vantage point on those final laps, especially with that final caution coming out and then essentially the shootout at the end?
Yeah, it's probably the first time I've really thought about it too much, but it just – you're thinking about it's going to be a long run to the end, right? So you're just trying to manage your stuff. And when I got the lead, it's just, okay, how do I manage my tires and manage my stuff to get through the next lappers that I got to get through? And honestly, you're just kind of counting the laps. You're just trying to match that with what your effort level inside the car is. And then when the caution came out, it's like, okay, like – I told myself before the day started, I'm like, I'm not gonna get anxious about pit calls or cautions or whatever. I'm just gonna do whatever it is that needs, that's I'm told to do. And so I was thinking about the possibilities of other guys, taking 2 tires or whatever it is. So I think that's in the back of your mind, just trying to execute pit road, not speed. Have a good rolling time, all those things, get in the box, on the marks, all those things. So our guys had a great pit stop. I felt like pit road in general went really smooth that last time around. And then it kind of shifted to, okay, how do I get through this restart? How do I get a good launch? And then what is my balance going to be once I do get out, get clear? So all those things. So, yeah, it just kind of tested everything in those last 40 laps, just all the different scenarios.
All right, we're going to go to questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll work to get a mic to you. We're going to start with Kelly and go to Jeff and then work our way around the room. Go ahead.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. 2 things, William. First off, I want to start with the contact with Ryan. Your view, your approach, he thought there was nothing foul about it. You both are racing for the win. So from how you drove into turn 1, what was your play there?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you guys want to see, right? We're going for it. And I feel like in that situation, I never wanted to make contact because I felt like I had a good position, like I was inside of them, but we also had the lap car and I can't see where the lap car is in that instance. And so I just knew I wanted to commit to the corner and have position. And I hate that we made contact, but I think, he was probably leaving just enough space as well, and I was going into the corner committed. So that's just kind of fighting for space. But it's hard racing. We both want to make the championship 4, and it's a race win. So it's no ill will, but it's just it's hard racing, and you racing for the win.
The last 2 weeks, the amount of points this team has seen slip away in the third stage after how well you've run during the race, I think it'd be understandable if you were, down in the dumps or worried or came in yesterday and stressing. But outwardly, you seem like you've been very calm, business, focused forward. Do you have us fooled, or do you think the last couple years, having gone through this playoff run, being in the championship 4 before, has all that experience helped how you've handled this round and then especially coming into this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just have good people around me and good perspective, and I found that perspective. I don't know exactly when, but I just found it, and I felt good coming here. Obviously I was nervous, like everyone's nervous. They want to win, and they want to do the best job they can. They don't want to let their team down. That's the biggest feeling. But I just came here with I knew I had prepared. I knew I'd done everything I needed to do this week. In some ways I had worked harder, in other ways I didn't work as hard or gave myself a rest, and I felt like I just was prepared. I was going to do everything I could do in the race car and see what the result was from that. So that was my mindset, and I think I'm just thankful to have good people around me and good team. And but definitely the last 2 weeks were very depressing because they were just there was no result, and almost when Talladega happened the way it did, I was almost numb to the result because I'm like, it just seems like it's just been happening this way. So you just kind of keep digging your heels in, and we just came here with a lot of determination and our team could have gone one or two ways. We could have been like, okay, Vegas didn't go well. Talladega, we had a shot to win. Whatever happens at Martinsville. But we came here on offense, and I think that's what I'm super proud of. It was a very freeing position to be in, having to race to win, not like the last couple of years where you had to count points, and that freed me up inside the car as well. And I think our team just put everything out there this weekend. It was the ultimate test for our group, the ultimate one we've been through yet, and that was pretty cool to see.
Good.
You led a career high amount of laps, and you became the first playoff driver, according to this stat I'm seeing on X, to win from the pole, sweep both stages, and win the race in the whole playoff era.
Nice.
Do you consider this?
I knew that, by the way. I was like, man, a lot of guys don't win from the pole. I mean, just statistically, right?
Mm-hmm.
But keep going.
Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, I also saw a stat that you're the first driver at Martinsville, period, to win from the pole since 2013. So,
love
Jimmy,
it.
yeah. Anyway, with all that being said, is this the best race of your career? Is this the best race you've ever driven in your life? Do you consider that?
I hope it's not the best, because I hope next week is good
well,
too.
so far.
But I feel like all the things I've learned and all the things that my team has learned, obviously, and we just put that all into a big effort this weekend. We're like, whatever happens, happens. And I do think that from start to finish, it's the best I've ever felt in the race car, and that's a damn good feeling. So I think just it's been a lot of work. I mean, it's been a lot of heartbreak this year, the 600 and just different races, and you just channel those things, you just learn from them. And if you can learn from them, they become positives. They become things you lean on in the moment. And, for some people, they become like scars and things you can't get past. But I feel like for me, I found a way to flip that script either this week or sometime during these playoffs, and it went the other way.
And then yesterday you were talking about your mentality driving yourself up here yesterday. So are you driving home after this, like by yourself? Or you have a long drive ahead?
I see my mom over there, so maybe I'll get mom or dad to drive. But I don't know. I'm going to probably take it easy for a couple days and get ready for Phoenix.
So what are you going to, I guess if you have a drive home though, so what are you going to be thinking about reflecting on this on your way back tonight?
I think it's important to reflect. I think I'll think about, as I am, I'm very, I feel like very analytical, some people could say, and introspective. So I'm probably going to think about all the things that happened and all the moves, and I'm going to try to remember the good things. But a lot of times your mind doesn't really remember the good things because they're a little bit subconscious. So, it'll be hard to remember exactly how it played out, but I'll try to. And I think I will also try to move past and kind of get ready for Phoenix, honestly, and just manage my week and just manage every opportunity I have to get better, and just try to learn as much as I can.
All right, Mark, go ahead.
Mark Garrow, PRN, straight in front of you.
Yeah.
Hey, William, first off, congratulations. Personally, how does it feel to come up this big, kind of playing off what you've just been talking about? How does it feel to personally come up this big at such a clutch moment, right, and be big enough for the biggest moment?
It's awesome. I mean, I had a friend of mine that told me that this week. He said, like, no moment's ever been too big for you. And I didn't, as a competitor, you don't really realize that. Like, you only view it in your eyes as every opportunity, and you only kind of look at it as missed opportunities or things you could get better at. But, it just kind of, I feel like this week and this weekend, it's just trying to maximize the chance you have in front of you, because you never know when the next one's going to come. Even though you think you're going to be there all these times, you never know. So you just want to give everything you can to it. I felt good coming in here that I had given everything, and then once you get in between the lines, in between the walls, it's you're going to give everything. So you just got to go out there and do your thing.
All right, Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. Is this track Wins for you at this track as big as Daytona, just because of your history?
I mean, that's a good question. I think they're two totally different techniques, right? Everyone would say this place is a lot in your control. It's finesse. It's managing tires. Everyone would say Daytona is aggression. It's making split-second decisions. They're totally different racetracks. So it makes me feel good that I have diversity in my skill set, that I can go to Daytona and anticipate and make good decisions, in a split second, and then I can come here and finesse and manage tires and things. But they're two totally different, but yeah, they are two huge places, I think.
And I guess just from an emotional side, you had your big win here in 2022, then you won the 40th anniversary kind of race in 2024, and now this.
Yeah, I think this is probably the toughest place to get a hold of, and still is. So yeah, I think it's kind of an evolution, but they are big wins for sure. The 40th anniversary win was big, but the win coming here the year after my mom's deal and just winning and having them here was a huge deal. That was number one. I think it still is number one. We talked about that this week. So, this is a close second. But, this place has meant a lot to me and my family, and just my dad and I coming here years ago and just watching race cars go around. I feel like that, what I saw from an outsider, and that I feel like I still hold on to that and kind of fuels me.
All right. We'll go to Davey. There in the middle. Thank you.
Davey Siegel with Sirius XM. William, I know that you follow other sports really closely. You're friends with a lot of other athletes. As an athlete yourself in a big moment like this, from the outside and watching some of your in-car that we saw on the broadcast, it looked like from afar that you were kind of in the zone at some points today.
Really?
Did it feel like that?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I get into kind of a zone probably in there. I mean, I notice like some guys stare. I don't really stare. I just look like I'm kind of like falling asleep in there. So it's kind of weird. But I feel like I just kind of get into a zone probably, and just that cadence and rhythm, I guess. And as an athlete, you always want to find that. But I think the biggest key is kind of when things don't go your way, how you adapt to the circumstances around you and stay in that state. Yeah.
In terms of looking ahead to next week, a big talking point for a lot of people here and also in the garage in general was Penske and the fact that they're not going to be eligible to win a championship next week. I know that you're probably going through a lot of emotions and thoughts in your head right now. You haven't processed everything, but the fact that you're not going to have to go up against a Penske car when they've been so good and so dominant in that race, how does that sit with you now?
I don't know. I mean, everyone's really good in this series, but I think you saw an awesome battle between us and the 12. And I told Jeff earlier in the weekend, I said that, if you don't win here, it doesn't matter for next week, right? So I feel like the challenge was tonight for us, and there will be another big challenge next week. So it's not like we're thinking, we got off easy, because they're not in it. It's nothing like that. I mean, Denny, Chase, and Kyle are amazing competitors, and we're going to have to do everything we can do next week to win that one too.
All right, we'll come up for our final question with Jeff.
On media day, we were talking about how you guys were kind of far off on the flatter, shorter tracks.
Yeah.
And then you were like, well, Gateway and Loudon actually kind of give us a chance to get better, and those might be good tests for a Martinsville.
Yeah.
Did you really believe that at the time, or was that false optimism, or did you actually think, okay, we have a chance to get as good as you guys turned out to be today?
Yeah, I did. Those things are real. The notes are real, and I felt better, I think, than my crew chief did after Loudon. Like, when I got out of the car and we finished third, I was like, man, that was awesome. And he was like, well, we didn't win. But I knew it was a step. Like, I knew the car felt good. I could drive it hard. I had what I needed in the car. The 12 was just a little bit better, and the 21, they were really good. But so I knew that was a good step, and I was hoping that applied to this weekend. But I was cautiously optimistic, and then when we unloaded the car on Saturday, I was like, okay, we're getting closer, you know, and we have something we can fight with, and it's just a matter of how much. And I think, honestly, us in the 12, like I said, we're super evenly matched. It was just it was a battle.
All right, William. Congratulations again on the
Thank
win,
you.
and best of luck next weekend in Phoenix.
Thank you.